Ladies, let me give you 4 little tips that might be super helpful if you find yourself disappointed with your husband. And that's going to happen to all of us from time to time. The first tip is super practical, but really important. Realize that your husband is not a woman. And so he doesn't think like a woman. And he doesn't intuitively know what you want, what you desire, what you need. He's not going to pick up on your hints. And I know we insist on dropping all these hints and then think he should just know. But if you didn't spell it out clearly, he doesn't just know. So maybe you're disappointed with him because you have not spelled out clearly what you're hoping he will do, or you're not spelling it out clearly. Let me give you an example. With my late husband Raul, whenever I would find myself really distressed and sad and needing his comfort, he would never comfort me. And I'm like, what is his problem? Can't he see that I'm distressed? And then finally I realized, he does not think like a woman. He doesn't know what I need. And so I actually told him, and this might seem super goofy to you, but let me just tell you what I did. I actually told him, when you see that I'm sad or distressed, what I need you to do is walk over to me, wrap me in a big bear hug, pat my back 3 times and say, I can understand how that would make you feel. It's going to be okay. I literally told him that. And then I would tell him when I needed him to do that. And he would do it. And you know what? It actually comforted me. I just needed to tell him exactly what I needed. So maybe you've been disappointed because you haven't really spelled out clearly what you're hoping he will do, or help around the house, or whatever it might be. Okay, second thing you can do if you're disappointed, be grateful for what he is doing right. Often we focus exclusively on the things that he's doing wrong. And if you're like me, you can start making this mental list in your head, and then there's that, and then I don't like that he does that, or I don't like that he doesn't do that, and you start making this huge list, and all of your thoughts skew negative. But if you will pause in that moment when you're disappointed and say, Lord, help me also to see his good qualities, and just force yourself to sit there for a moment or two and just say, okay, what are his good qualities? What are his talents? Whatever it might be. I can almost guarantee you that your whole attitude toward him will change, because you realize, okay, he's not perfect. No man is, but he does have some good qualities. Focus on those. Third thing you can do, and this is a more important point, if your husband is sinning against you and that's why you're disappointed, if he's like spending time alone with other women, driving around drunk, gambling away all the money from the family or whatever, if he's sinning against you, then don't just sit there and stew about it and grow super resentful and distressed and depressed and oppressed. Do something about it, because Jesus tells you to. In Matthew 18, verses 15 through 17. He says, if someone's sinning against you, and then he lays out basically what you're supposed to do. So read that for yourself. Matthew 18, 15 through 17. Don't just grow super resentful and upset and angry. Do something about it. And then lastly, pray. And never give up praying for your man, because God is refining him. He's refining you, and he's also refining your husband. And you can be one of the tools in God's tool belt as you faithfully every day press into prayer for your husband, that God would transform him, that God would build him into a godly man, a man of integrity. Your prayers could make all the difference in the world.